Alright, so you're going to have to learn a couple of the techniques that we use on the guitar. The first thing I want you to take a look at is a slide. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on the very top string, I'm going to pick 5, I'm going to slide it to 7. So I'm going to go. Notice how I did not pick it again. Crazy. Here's the opposite, we'll just kind of do it backwards. So here's what that looks like in tablature. So you see you got the 5 and that line that shoots up to the 7. That's your slide. So it's just telling you don't pick that 7. Just let it ring out by sliding your finger. The next thing you're going to want to get familiar with is a hammer-on. So here's a hammer-on. Before we slit it, now we're going to go 5. Just slam our third finger down on 7. It could be 6, it could be 8, it could be 11, probably won't be. We're going to go to 7. So that's a hammer-on, so let's check out the tab for that. So whenever you see that, that means you're doing a hammer-on. The complete opposite of a hammer-on would be a pull-off. So when you do a pull-off, you're going to have both fingers on, because you're going to end up at the lower note. So now 7 pulled off to 5. And when you pull off, you can do this. When you do a pull-off, you can take your finger and kind of like pull it down and out of there. So I'm not even picking that. It's crazy. So let's look at the tab on the pull-off there. So whenever you see that symbol, that means you're doing a pull-off. Another thing that's really common to rock is a palm mute. This is what it is. This is my palm, Miyagi styles. I'm going to take that part of my palm and put it right where the strings meet the bridge, okay? So that's going to be like right here. On your guitar, it's not going to look like this. This guitar's made out of poo from the 50s, but what you want to do is have it right over the saddle, right where the strings are kind of saddled in there. So I'm going to take that part of my hand, place it right there over the saddle, and then from there, bring your pick down and pick that string. See, it's kind of muted by your palm mute. Really common stuff in more metal. We use it a little bit. I think we use it in King of the Road a bunch. But you want to get used to that. So here's what palm muting looks like in tab. So it says PM. That means palm mute. Good. As a beginner, you're not going to be bending strings too much, but you might as well take a look at it in case you run into it in the tab and you want to try it. Now, what I'm going to do is bend 7 on the G string. Now, I'm going to bend it a whole step, which means I'm going to bend it to sound like 9. So I got my third finger's on 7, and when bending, you want to do this. This is super important with bending. Okay, third finger's on 7, that's what I'm bending. Middle finger's on 6 to help push it up, and the first finger's on 5 to help push that up. So I'm going to pick that and go. See how my thumb's on top here, kind of gripping it? You don't want to be back here because you're not going to have anything to kind of grip onto. Let's take a look at that in the tab. So here's what a bend looks like. So that 7's got that arrow on it. That's how you bend.